So here is the epilogue of our Dark Knight Rises countdown. Here we're just gonna say what our least favorite movie is, all the way to our first favorite movie. What's your least favorite movie?
That's pretty obvious. It's Batman and Robin. I mean,
yeah,
that's the only movie that I didn't like. Granted, I hadn't seen Catwoman, but...
Oh yeah, we're not gonna put that on the list.
That's the only movie I didn't like. Every other Batman movie I like. And this one wasn't even close to a like. This movie's just absolute crap. So that's worst on the list.
Yeah, to me the movie's still actually entertaining, but compared to all these movies, it's just way too goofy to me.
Yeah.
It just really stands out from a really good franchise.
Yeah.
As being just really goofy and cheesy and terrible.
So next up for me is gonna be Batman. I liked the Nolan series more than most of the original movies. I don't know why, but I liked the Penguin and Two-Face Riddler as bad guys more than I liked Joker. I said before that I think it's just because I saw Heath Ledger Joker and then I saw the original Batman Joker and it didn't compare for me. Maybe that's why I didn't like it as much, but I still like it. It's still a good movie. That's just the next on that list.
Next for me is Batman Forever, which I still like. To me, the difference between Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson's Joker is better than the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face and the Aaron Eckhart Two-Face. Just, that makes the original Two-Face just seem really goofy. A lot of the movie is goofy, and then it just gets, like, serious, which is kind of just uneven to me. Still a good movie, though. I still like it.
Next on my list is now going to be Batman Forever. I like it. Jim Carrey's one of my favorite actors, so I liked him being Riddler. And the way Two-Face dies is still dumb, but it's a good movie.
Next for me is Batman Returns. I like this movie. I like the way Gotham looks. I like the villains. I pretty much like everything about it. Why it's not as good as the other ones, it just... I don't know. I want to say, like, too dark, but then, like, Dark Knight is dark. I don't know, visually it's pretty dark, and... I don't know, just a weird kind of dark, not like a realistic kind of dark to me. It's still a good movie. It still works. I just don't think it works as good as the other movies.
Fourth on the list for me is going to be Batman Begins. Still a good movie. I'd never read any of the comic books, so the only villains I really know of are like Riddler, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Joker, and then like Poison Ivy, and just like the ones you know. And in this movie, the two bad guys are Scarecrow and Ra's al Ghul. And I don't know, since I had never heard of them until this movie, I was kind of like, they're okay.
But you only know the other villains because they were in movies, though.
I'm pretty well off knowing who they are. Mainly because I did watch some Batman TV shows, and usually the main bad guys are Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Joker. It's still a great movie, and obviously it's where the Nolan series really got going.
Next is Batman. Reason why it's my favorite of the original series is probably because of the villain. The villain just stands out as like one of the best in the original series, at least. To me, it's a classic. It just not as good as Nolan's vision of the movies.
Now, next on mine is going to be Batman Returns. And this was my favorite of the original movies, and I really like it. Penguin is an interesting bad guy. Some parts of the movie are pretty unrealistic, but the movie's good. And then, I don't know about Catwoman in that movie. Catwoman's kind of weird, but the whole movie appealed to me.
Next for me is Batman Begins. I just like Nolan's touch to the series, so that's why it's better than all the other ones to me. Why it's not better than Nolan's other movies is mostly because of the lack of villain power, I guess, like what Thunder said. Like, Ra's al Ghul doesn't look interesting, I guess. That seems like kind of a shallow reason to rate down a movie. I don't know, for some reason their motivations just didn't seem, like, really good.
Yeah.
And, like, Ra's al Ghul just having all of this power enough to, like, destroy Rome, that didn't seem realistic. Everything else I like, though.
Next on the list, I assume, for both of us, is going to be Dark Knight. So...
yeah, I guess combined reviews, I guess.
Yes. So, for Dark Knight, it's awesome.
We've only reviewed it like 4 times. So.
Yeah, we've only reviewed it 4 times, but this movie's amazing. It's what made me want to see Dark Knight Rises so bad. it's what made me want to see it in a midnight showing, is because Dark Knight just stood out in the 2008 movies. It was phenomenal.
I think it's like Batman Begins, except better paced, because they already introduced the characters, and with way better villains.
Yeah. Heath Ledger is the best villain in any movie ever.
And Two-Face is good too.
Yeah, Two-Face is cool.
Everyone forgets about Two-Face.
Two-Face's face looks pretty cool. Like the animation for it.
Yeah.
His eyes like popping out and you like see his jaw muscle and stuff.
He dies quicker than Talia al Ghul, though. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get to see much of Two-Face. As Two-Face, you see him a lot as Harvey Dent, but once he becomes the bad guy, he dies off pretty quick. The scenes are intense and Joker's plots are crazy, so it makes it a good movie.
Next is The Dark Knight Rises.
Mm-hmm.
That's our favorite of the Batman movies.
Yes.
It's just more epic than all of them. It has more twists.
Yes.
It's the longest one, which I like.
Yeah. I mean, the longer a movie is, usually you can get more detail.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a movie you don't like, it's a bummer. But for a movie like this, where I could have watched it for 40 more minutes.
I know. This movie is just awesome. I mean, we say a lot about it in our review of this instead of just the countdown.
Yeah, we literally just reviewed it.
Yes.
It's hard to review it again.
This movie's great. The villains are cool. Batman is cool.
Yeah, this is like a really good Batman and Bruce Wayne story rather than Dark Knight, which is a lot of like Joker's plot.
Hopefully a Robin spinoff?
Probably not.
No, it doesn't have to be directed by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
But yes, that'd be cool.
Alright, so thank you for tuning in.
See you guys next time.